What's up, YouTube? It's Intellectual Money here. Today, we're going to be talking about Shopify stock. They just reported Q2 earnings. Believe it or not, this is actually the first time I will be talking about Shopify stock, so let's get into it. For starters, it's a company, culture, and business model that I really respect. That is why it is the fourth largest investment in my portfolio, following Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tesla stock. Now, with that, I'm not trying to say that these four investments will be the best investments for the next 3 to 10 years. For one, I do not have a time machine. And two, with crypto, at least this is what I tend to do with it. I tend to swing trade / invest in crypto on a macro level. And I do that in hopes of avoiding the volatility on the downside when crypto does go into multi-year bear markets, at least historically. So crypto isn't always a huge investment for me, but it is an important one. Maybe if this predictable cycles of bull markets and bear markets was to change, then from there as an investor, I would change my game plan thereafter. But for now, with my knowledge of knowing how to use technical analysis, that is what I'm going with. So with Shopify offering an e-commerce platform for business owners small and large to build up branded businesses. It's taking the leap to solidify its own niche in the e-commerce ecosystem. I'm sure when analysts look back and as unfortunate as the situation was and still is with the global illness, it has aided online tech companies like Shopify to expand their business into profitability in 2020, and is so far not looking back. As we can see with the Q2 earnings that was just released, Shopify has a net income of $879.1 million, which annihilates their year over year, as 2020 Q2 brought in $36 million net. This is a fast-growing company with a pretty decent market cap, but one that still is small enough for the potential growth that is still there for this company. I believe Shopify is getting the success not only by being customer focused like an Amazon is, but also having that laser focus for their merchants and really giving them the best tools available at the time to have the merchants succeed and provide the best services and products to their customers. Not only has Shopify worked to ease startups into e-commerce, throughout the last year and a half, Shopify has been working with brick and mortar businesses to help them sell online and promote their business online, as 2020 provided a lot of extra challenges that was not initially anticipated. In fact, as mentioned on the earnings call, they have a program called Point of Sale Pro, and that allows buy online, pick up in the store feature. This feature was adopted by 63% of brick and mortar stores that reside within an English-speaking geography as of the end of June. This is huge because we have a company like Shopify that's not out here to try to crush the brick and mortar business, but instead uplift it harmoniously with their e-commerce platform. For years, Amazon has gotten flack and even praise for being that, brick and mortar killer. I do know they do have a Whole Foods style business, which is a walk-in business. But in terms of actually Amazon using their e-commerce and just commerce in general prowess to aid other brick and mortar brands specifically, I just haven't seen it. I don't follow Amazon too closely, so if anyone has any examples, please let me know. And yes, I know Amazon is a different company than Shopify. They have their own business model and goals. But my point here for this video is to, let the world know that even though Amazon has dominated the e-commerce world by a large magnitude, that there still is space in the e-commerce world for a different business with a different business model to kick butt as well, especially a well-run company like Shopify. Amazon has AWS and FBA respectively. They're great programs that Amazon offers that helps a lot of online businesses to try to succeed. But in my opinion, Shopify does it in their own way and their own type of flavor. And they offer point of sale, like I mentioned before, and also Shop Pay, which just, in a sense, tries to like help all forms of commerce succeed, not just online platforms. Amazon is a great company, but they can't do everything when it comes to e-commerce and just commerce in general, and they are blatantly aware of that. Now, that is where Shopify comes in. For those that may not know, Amazon at one point did try to provide a service similar to the Shopify business model where they allowed businesses to try to sell directly to the customer. They called it Amazon Web Store, but it didn't last long as Amazon was having trouble really ramping it up and making it a part of their overall business. Funny enough, and I give Amazon respect for this, they said something along the lines of, "Hey Shopify, it's clear you guys can handle this better than we can. How about we partner up in exchange for our customers so at least they have somewhere to go to build a branded online platform?" So that was in 2015. Throughout the years, Amazon either partnered with Shopify or Shopify-related competitors. As we see that they recently, semi-recently, partnered with a company called Seas, that is a Australian company. Amazon could potentially have something in the works that will one day compete with Shopify directly, but from what we've seen already, I think it would make more sense for Amazon to just keep working on what they're already working on, and just consistently trying to build that up, rather than fully compete with the behemoth that Shopify is starting to become. From what I've seen through their earnings call and how they run their business, Shopify really wants their merchants, whether it be an offline brick and mortar or online, they want their merchants to continue to build their personalized brands. We see that with the features that I mentioned in this video, and then also merchants now being able to have customizable storefronts with Shopify's Online 2.0 feature. If you know anything about business, a lot of it has to do with just providing that unique elements to your customers and the people that you guys are trying to market to. And once again, with this week, with the Online 2.0, Shopify is just giving merchants just that extra freedom and that customability factor to truly get their brand out there and for customers to know what they are about, what's their story, and what product they can deliver. Don't get me wrong, selling on Amazon and other non-brand building platforms is still a very lucrative endeavor if you want to go that route. Shopify is just bringing that combination of choice and creativity. That combination is ultimately just what brings about the best in business, and it also gives Shopify less risk potential, in my opinion. If a company like Amazon fails, everyone that's on Amazon will fail as well. If Shopify fails, it still could still be fine for the successful businesses that are on Shopify because they built that brand. Now that they still have that brand, even if Shopify was to fail, they can always take that brand and move it somewhere else and still be successful even without Shopify as a platform. In addition, now back on Shopify's side, with every quarter, there's just more businesses and more merchants just trying out Shopify and succeeding. And with their success, Shopify succeeds, and Shopify knows to just keep, giving merchants every tool that imaginable that they need to succeed. And it's just a buddy mutualistic relationship between both platform and merchants, and it's working beautifully up until this point. So, alright, guys, that's what I have on Shopify and for this video. Just trying to give anyone that has that distinction, Shopify is cool, but Amazon's just a way bigger brand, way bigger company. It doesn't really matter about Shopify, and they may think, oh, Shopify doesn't really have too much to grow because they'll always be in Amazon's shadow. That's not necessarily true based off of what I stated in this video. They work two different business models, and Amazon Web Store Amazon created that because they knew that there were parts of e-commerce, or there are parts of commerce that they can still improve in and capitalize on, but they failed on that. Shopify is currently succeeding where Amazon failed, and essentially Amazon has shown us all how high, being a very successful e-commerce company can be in this world. So with Shopify in its own little bubble, as long as they stick to their niche roughly of what they're doing, they have a lot more room to grow. Once again, their market cap, I think we're about a little bit less than 200 billion. So, as Amazon being like a multi-trillion or over $1 trillion company on market cap, Shopify still has the potential to be as great as Amazon or even greater. But only time will tell. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, smash the like button like Tinder. Any questions, let me know down below. Take care, guys. See you guys in the next one.